I'm similar to the Thriller in Manila. Honeys call me bigger, the condom filler. Whether it's stiff tongue or stiff dick, Biggie squeeze it to make shit fit. Now check this shit, I got the pack of Rough Riders in the back of the Pathfinder. You know the epilogue by James Todd Smith. I get swift with the lyrical gift. Hit you with the dick, make your kidney shift. Here we go, but I'm not domino. I got the funk flow to make your drawers drop slow. So recognize the dick size in these Coincatch jeans. I wear 13s, know what I mean? I fuck around and hit you with the Hennessy dick. Mess around and go blind, don't get to see shit. The next batter, here to shatter your blatter, it doesn't matter. Skinny or fat or light skinned or black, baby, I drop these. Boniqua mommy, screaming, I poppy. I love it when they call me Big Pop, but I only smoke blunts if they roll prop. But look, I got ya caught up with the drunk flow. Fuck taekwondo, I told a fofo. For niggas getting mad cause they bitch chose me. A big black motherfucker with G. You see, all I do is separate the game from the truth. Big bang boots from the Bronx to Bolivia. Getting physical like Olivia Newt. Tricks up my click dick all day with no trivia. So give me a bankroll and a bag of weed. I'm guaranteed to fuck her till her nose bleed. Even if the new man's a certified Mac, you get that H-Town in ya. You want that old thing back? B-I-double-T-I-E with some new R-U-L-E. Notorious, known for busting in your E-Y-E. Baby, baby, bitches know they love to hate me. How come you come, we come with backs and maybe how close we came to coming together is crazy. How come you witnesses with similar faces? When y'all come and y'all be crying like I'm killing y'all bitches. I know there's a bigger picture than the camera rolling. Cause I don't think y'all be knowing how this shit's unfolding. Back shots to the rear, got the Mac unloading. Gotta reload like every so often. Saying I got my swagger back, I'm looking like bitch, my swagger never left. Don't be so hard pressed to be impressed by these new rappers. They actors and the fact is, you want that old thing back. Like Scarface and Bushwick, Willie D, having nightmares of girls killing me. She mad because what we had didn't last. I'm glad because her cousin let me hit the ass. Fuck the past, let's dwell on the 500 SL, the E and J and ginger ale. The way my pockets swell to the rim with Benjamins. Another hund's in the crib, please send it in. I fuck non-stop, lick my lips a lot. Used to lick the clips a lot, but licking clips had to stop. Cause y'all don't know how to act when the tongue go down below. Peep the funk flow, really go. I got the cleanest, meanest penis. You never seen this, stroke of genius. So take off your Tim boots and your bodysuit. I mean the spandex, and hit my man next. Sex get rougher when they come to the nut buster. Pussy crusher, black nasty motherfucker. I don't chase them, I replace them. And if I'm caressing them, I'm undressing them. Fuck what you heard, who's the best in New York? Fulfilling fantasies without that nigga Mr. Raw. Or tattoo, I got you wrapped around my dick. And when I'm done, I got the split shit.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday, and for most, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. A lot of good stuff happening today. Obviously, alts recovering very nicely. I'm seeing that everyone on Twitter thinks it's alt season, and I'm going to answer that question today. That's why the title of the video is that. Going to go through normal market analysis, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be busy for the rest of the week, so we won't have any lives. We've got Christmas on Wednesday, and then Friday I'm going to be out as well. So got a lot of family in town. Plus, I don't think the market's going to be doing that much personally. Not to mention, I'm sure a lot of you guys are busy with friends, family, and everything. So make sure you guys spend some time with them and stay off the charts. Because, again, not a lot of stuff is going to happen. But in the meantime, what's up, Solomon, EM? Opening the stream with Notorious B.I.G., Good's Taste. Yeah. I love that song. It's an older song. It was remixed with Maluma, I think. I might have messed that up. But, yeah, it's like a little remix. It's a good song. What's up, yes, sir? I'm doing good, man. Hope you're doing good. Ronick, Merry Christmas, my man. So let's do our normal analysis. We're going to talk a lot about Bitcoin today. And then when we get to Bitcoin, I'm going to share the bigger news I have. Big stuff happening in 2025, and I want to share that with you guys. So S&P, guys, we know why we dumped last week, but why did we actually dump last week? So I've been under the impression for the last couple months, and I've shared this on stream, and I've shared this with my patrons, like everyone. I do a private analysis every single day, Monday through Friday, 9:30, right when the U.S. stock market opens up. I've been talking about this. The stock market needs a correction, needed a flush. We have not really had a significant correction really since this point. Like I get, a couple down weeks here, and, a little bit in here, and maybe a little bit in here. I mean, I'm looking for something like this, where it's a multi-week. I mean, you're talking 10 to 20-week correction, really solve some, and not that we have a lot of issues here right now, but at least some consolidation so that we can continue higher over time. I don't think Jerome Powell coming on and telling us that they're not going to cut rates right away is extremely bearish. Guys, there's a new administration coming in. It'll be good for the markets, good for the economy. I think it'll give him a lot more leeway once he sees those policies coming through. You guys remember, he's a financial guy. He has to go with the data he has now. He can't go with the expectations or what he thinks a year or two from now. That's not his job. So with the current administration, he's saying, yeah, we can't cut rates right now. But if Trump comes in, makes some changes, he might be able to cut rates, right? Howdy, sir. Good. Looking forward to your analysis. How you doing, man? Is the song on Spotify? It is, and it's on YouTube, it's on SoundCloud, and that's why this video is going to be demonetized, unfortunately. So, guys, ultimately, bigger picture, last week was nothing. I think the market was looking for any excuse to have some kind of pullback, to see some downside, to correct a little bit, and it makes sense. I mean, look at your weekly stock RSI. We were all the way at the top. I mean, look, in a perfect world, this thing goes from top to bottom, right? Well, now we're getting closer to the bottom. And we should start seeing this maybe consolidate to head higher. I don't want to say I'm extremely right about the stock market correction, but we've been expecting a correction. You can't have this much parabolic upward price action and not, consider an idea of correction. So the dollar, I know a lot of you guys had questions about the dollar. It's been in my comments, so I wanted to go over this. Guys, I know the dollar's broken out, but here's the thing. You have bearish divergences here. You also have weekly stock RSI at highs, forming divergences. In my opinion, I think every market bounces this week or next week, and this comes back down. Right? I don't think this is as legitimate as a breakout as you may think. And again, that comes from the divergence. If the divergences, if they invalidate, then yes, I would consider another breakout. But for now, this is weakness, right? Just like we saw over here with this failed breakdown in divergences, you're seeing the opposite scenario here. So just keep that in mind. We already saw a failed breakdown. We could easily have a failed breakout and, come back in this range and dance around for a little while, which would make sense. Again, I don't see anything that's extremely macro bearish. Is a correction long? Excuse me 1 second. The dog is going crazy behind me. The not so small puppy was going crazy. Hold on. Damn dog. Love him, but man, he can be a pain in the ass. Anyways, back with the dollar. I'm not terribly sold on this breakout yet. Gave you guys my reasons why. Again, we were expecting corrections overall. I don't think this is as macro bearish as people think until these divergences invalidate. So, moving on. Total charts. Guys, and again, I'm going to stay zoomed out and on the weekly for a lot of this because I want this to make sense to you. And hopefully, you know, if you're one of those people that capitulated last week, you think otherwise moving forward. Guys, our total chart was up. You know, other than these 3 little red weeks in here, we went up 108% without any significant pullback, consolidation, anything. Right? If you're sitting here like, oh, crypto's capitulating, oh, crypto's doing this, oh, Bitcoin's doomed, the bull market's over. Guys, we had 5 of these last bull run. Right? 100% move, correction, right? Can't really see it, but if you go to the daily, nice 20% correction in here, right? Move 100%, 144%, then we corrected almost 40% here, right? 33% correction. Then we move another 100%. What happens? We correct again, right? Another 30% correction. So you're sitting here like, oh, the bull market's over. Oh, we're doomed. Oh, this and all that. Guys, you need to step out of your little box and zoom out. Look at the weekly charts. Stop freaking out so much. It is perfectly normal and common to see a correction after a 100% plus move higher. And that's what I've been trying to drill into everyone's brains for the last, I don't know, several weeks, right? We are bound to have a correction. This is the first of many that we're going to get. Hey, Roman, came a little late. Is it alt season or a fake out? No. I'm going to give my alt season take here once I get through the total charts. Because, actually, I'll just do it now. Screw it. There's 700 of you here. Guys, it's not alt season. Okay, it's not. Why are alts bouncing so much? Why are alts doing better? Because they just dumped 50%. That's why. Right? You go to all these alt to Bitcoin charts, and none of these have shown a significant recapture of prior support prior resistance is now new support. So like for Ethereum, this is Ethereum to Bitcoin, you need to break the 0.04157 level to even consider that alt season is here. So again, I'm not trying to be negative, but guys, alt's pumping one day after they've literally nuked the last 2 or 3 weeks. You look at Tau, you look at Fetch, these are nothing. These little pumps, now I will say, you're forming bullish divergences. This is very good, but it's not alt season, right? Until alts start to recapture major levels and we start seeing like undeniable performance for several days in a row or even a week or 2 in a row that alts are actually outperforming Bitcoin. And the best way to know this is when Bitcoin's dropping, right? Like it is today. This is one day, right? I can't say it's alt season because it's been one day. If Bitcoin is dropping, right, and alts are pumping for multiple days in a row as Bitcoin's dropping, alts are showing strength. We haven't had confirmation of strength yet. So again, I know a lot of you are sitting here like, oh, it's alt season. Oh, we're making so much. Alts have barely recovered. And most people in this market were liquidated last week, right? I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to be honest. It's not alt season. You go to Bitcoin dominance and, you know, this is my level. I know that other traders have their own levels, but it's held as support, breakdown, right? Continuation down, recapture. Now we're retesting until we lose 57%. All you're seeing is a regain of prior. I guess this is still acting as support. You're just regaining support. So if we lose 57% over the next week or two and put another, weekly close in, then okay, we can start arguing the alt season kind of debate. But until that happens, I'm not on that board. I'm not on that train yet. One solid day does not mean anything in the grand scheme of things. And I actually do need to check one thing real quickly. We're in a lower time frame long. I wanted to check the 50 EMA. Okay, it's got plenty of room to go. Awesome. I'll get to that trade in a minute. All right, let's look at total 2 and total 3. And again, this is where I'm like, why are people calling for alt season when Alts quite literally rejected resistance. Both total 2 and total 3. We'll pull them both out. Right? Put the side by side up. You put both these charts up. I mean, guys, come on. You think it's alt season? You look at Bitcoin and compare Bitcoin to either one of these charts, and no, it's not even close. You've rejected resistances. Most alts are still substantially below their highs. Substantially below where I'd even consider taking profit, to be honest with you. So again, I want to be as clear, concise, and brutally honest with you. It's not alt season. It's probably not going to be alt season for another month or two, if you're lucky. That's on the quicker time frame side of things. Bitcoin's dominating this market, dominating in performance, dominating on Bitcoin dominance, dominating on alt to Bitcoin charts. Right? One green day does not mean alt season. Use what you have in front of you, and honestly, use the weekly charts. Don't use a 4-hour or a 1-hour or even a daily. Use weekly charts. They'll give you a better answer. I'd say the biggest determinant for at least considering alt season is Ethereum to Bitcoin breaking this level, breaking back above this point. That's where I think. And again, I know your question is, when will alt start moving? I have no idea. I don't have a crystal wall. I don't have a time machine. It could be tomorrow. It could be a week from now. It could be 6 months. It could be 6 years from now. I don't know. But what's catching my attention, and this is very obvious, so many of you are so into altcoins and so perplexed by altcoins. We're not going to have an alt season if the entire world is watching alts and not Bitcoin. Right? That's not how alt season starts. That's not how anything starts. When everyone is saying, oh, it's alt season, right? Like you have a crowd of people, right? And they're like, oh, it's alt season. Yeah, the market's not going to like that. The market's going to go down and liquidate all of you, which is really what's happened over the last couple weeks. Alts have not done anything in terms of recapturing really anything. I have to check the timer on this primarily because we're in a long right now and likely going to close it here shortly. Let's keep going. Tether dominance. I mean, look, I know we bounced that support, but and again, this is just being honest, I think we're going to bear flag and go lower. I just don't see anything that's monumentally bearish on really any of these charts. Nothing looks like yeah, I know that there's going to be someone that goes, oh, there's a double bottom here. This is not a double bottom. Right? We found a macro level of support, and the same goes here. Right? This is not a double top. This is not a double top. This is not a triple top. All this is just chewing down resistance to break out. That's all that is. Just like this is going to chew at support to break down, in my honest opinion. Let's talk Bitcoin. I've got 4.5 minutes until we've got to decide whether to close this trade or not. So again, the weekly here looks great. I don't have any issues. I know the next question is, are these bearish divergences? They are not, right? You're talking a 7-month time period between these two tops. That's not divergence. There's way too much time in between those points. If it's not alt season, does that mean it usually go lower or possibly move sideways? I don't really have an answer for that. It just means that Bitcoin's in control. It means that Bitcoin is much better to trade, hold, and you're going to see more consistent gains and performance from Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin has one red day here, guys. I know alts have pumped decently, but for the last entire week, alts dropped 30% while Bitcoin dropped 8%. Right? You got to look at the bigger picture here, especially if you're trying to determine alt season and whatnot. So the Bitcoin daily. Definitely not ideal. I originally had this kind of channel here, but at the end of the day, guys, if you've been here for a while, you know that I don't like diagonal lines. I hate them. They're useless, pointless. All right, I just have to keep an eye on this. We have 3.5 minutes. We're probably going to end up going to the 1 hour just real quick and then talk about higher time frames. So what am I looking at here? So a couple things, guys, and this is where I'm going to talk about the announcement here after we either close or hold this trade. So I've been lower time frame trading on the 1 hour for the last 3 months, and I really do feel like I have this system down pretty consistently. For the first month I traded, I actually broke even. I didn't lose. The second month I broke even, didn't lose. The third month I've been doing really, really good, honing down on those mistakes. We've been in multiple weeks in profit again, this is the third month. January would be the fourth month, and part of that's just like learning the new system. So, okay, I'll share the trade with you. Shared this in Discord earlier. I'll pull it up. So we shared this in Discord earlier. That's yesterday's trade. This is today's. So today's, if we get bull divs, we long with stops 91.4. Okay, we got them, right? Reclaim 93.8. We continue to hold. We ended up dropping just a little bit. So then the next candle, and again, we're going to go to this now. We have not closed this trade yet. We're really looking for a reason to close it. And right now, if we close above, what is this? If you close above 93.833 in the next 2 minutes, we'll continue to hold. But what was the trigger? We had bullish divergences here, right? Pretty clear. Not to mention stock RSI all the way at the lows. Could we continue to dump? Sure. But if this continues higher, we need to close higher. If not, then now we make a bearish divergence. And if I see invalidation, I usually close. I'm not trying to hold through that, especially when we're in decent profits, right? We're up about almost 1.5%, pretty solid. Can't complain about that. So let's look at why we'd sell. And again, we have a minute 30 before we decide. This is right now making lower lows and higher highs. Right? We're just slightly under this green close. So in my opinion, and again, this is this. If you turn on, and I use line chart, right? We have to get, now we're slightly above. So it all depends where this closes. If we close above that point, I'll make a line here just so you guys can see. Close above that blue line. We're going to make this as thin as we can. Get above this little blue line, which looks like we are. We got a minute left. Then we'll continue to hold, right? That invalidates those bearish divergences. But anyways, there's my timer to check, right? We've got 53 seconds. Let's see what happens, and then I'll continue discussion. Am I using fib on log scale or normal? I just use it on normal. If it's not alt season, that mean it will usually go lower or possibly move sideways. Oh, I think I answered that. Link is pumping. Yeah, I'm really happy Link's going. Hopefully it continues. I got to open up the exchange here. And we have to decide if we're closing or not, right? We got to get right above. I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, it's because I don't have the candles on. Yeah, you got 15 seconds. You got to close above. Got to close above 833. Doesn't look like it. Oh, we closed right under it. Yep, we're gonna end up closing that trade, or at least moving it into profits. Damn. So you see that little tiny close here? It does look like, yeah, we do have bearish divergences. So we're gonna close that. Excuse me, I gotta close this trade real quick. And we're going to share that. Excuse me 1 moment. I've been posting these trades, and this is where this announcement's going to come in. So give me 1 moment here. All right, so close the trade. I shared it. I'm going to pull up Discord real quick just so I can show you guys. Look, if it keeps pumping, it keeps pumping, whatever. But here's my thing. When I see invalidation, I'm not trying to play the smart card. You could ask, like, oh, would you short here? And, yeah, you could argue to short here, but considering stock RSI is right here, I'm not really. Stock RSI is still pretty oversold. I'm not really looking for that. So here's this. So close a slight bear divs on close again, opening that line chart here. I I know it's pumping slightly right now, but this close was, and I actually have to open up the candles. This close was 93.826. This was 93.833. I know it's a slight bearish divergence, but look, I take these things serious, and I'm not going to try and be greedy, especially when I'm up about 30%. So we're going to open up this. So again, close 26%. Awesome. I'm 3 for 3 on this week so far. I think I'm in like $2,000 something in profit, so really solid. How often do I go live? I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday around 5 p.m. Eastern, so around this time. Random question, but how would you say learning how to fight helped you with your self-esteem and life in general? So I'll answer your question with a story. So when I was growing up, I was bullied, partially because all the kids in my grade played like football, and I played football for a little while and baseball for a little while, but I had a lot of passion for like wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and all that, and which is funny. Like, why would you pick on the kid that knows how to fight, right? That's just stupid. But I was smaller. I was one of the youngest in my class. Like, I was pulled up a grade, like not necessarily pulled up. My birthday's in July, so I was kind of a year behind everybody. Anyways, learning how to fight. I mean, one, it gives you confidence because if someone's giving you hell, you give it right back, right? I know in this day and age, no one really fights anymore, which is kind of unfortunate. In a way, you kind of need to fight sometimes. Like, if someone's talking shit to your girlfriend, they deserve a punch in the face. Do I think they deserve to be mauled? No. But a slap to the face, a punch to the face, absolutely justified. But fighting and like self-esteem, well, one, like when you're in competition, let's say you're in a hard match, really, whether it be boxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, whatever. When you're in a hard match, and you can even apply this to trading. Let's say you're just exhausted, it's a close match, or maybe you're even losing by a little bit, and I've been in this situation, right? Close match, it's a true test to yourself. Do you submit, or do you continue fighting and give it your all, and you literally give 110% and surpass your once known level, right? Everyone here has a limit, but how do you surpass that limit? You have to go above that limit. You literally have to, like think of lifting weights. The only way to get stronger is to lift heavier weights, even if your body can't necessarily. Now, there's a right and a wrong way to lift heavier weights and get stronger, but let's relate to push-ups. Let's say you can do 20 push-ups, right? Do 21 next time. And then, a couple times after that, do 22. And build that until you get to 30 and then 40 and then 50. And you're constantly surpassing a limit. And, when you apply that to anything in life, you start to realize that things you thought were hard aren't. Not that they aren't, but they get easier. Right? And whether it be like for trading, for example. Guys, when you're trading, first year or two, you're going to suck at it. You're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. But it's up to you to say, okay, I'm going to put my head down and get after it and figure this out. And in the end, and I'm kind of wrapping this all up, in the end, that gives you confidence, right? Because now you've overcome a feat. You've done something that a lot of people haven't done, or you've overcame something that maybe some people can't. And that's kind of where I'll leave you with that. I have a paid group. I'm looking for someone to give heads up whenever something big happens. So, okay, I'm going to cover this. I do have a Patreon group. I share private analysis. I do a private analysis for them every single day. And I also post trades for them. So as of recent, I've been doing very well. And, my whole goal, and I always reflect on this, is to, one, I've wanted to present market data in a non-biased way that helps people. Two, I've always wanted to just like help the average person no matter, because there's a lot of bad information out there. There's a lot of people that share terrible trades, and I want to give you guys consistency. So this is the big announcement. There's 1,000 of you here. I'm going to tell you this. So starting in January, I don't know when, I don't know if it'll be the middle of the month. I got to get some things set up. I'm also going on a small vacation. Starting in January, I'm going to start sharing all my trades for free on Telegram. Kind of a long time overdue. I think that there's a lot to gain from this. Like I said, for the last several months, I've been testing a new system. I think it could help a lot of you. A lot of you learn not only how to trade, but like a lot with like risk management and stuff. So I'm going to extend all of that to you guys. This will be, free. It'll be on Telegram. So, is it a community base where you guys will be talking all the time? No, that's my Patreon. So my Patreon will still exist. It'll still be in Discord. That's more discussion based and analysis and analytics. And I share trades and I give reasons. The Telegram stuff is just, here's the trade, take it. Right? It's, hey, I'm, just like with today, and this is what the format will look like. Or even yesterday, I'll show both trades. So today I was like, hey, got bullish divergence here, right? A little bit of a bullish div on close. We've got lower lows here. I'm going to go long here with stops 91.4, half port entry. Okay, and then what happened, right? We never hit my 91.4. Yeah, we never hit my 91.4 stop, and we sent it upwards. And what did we do just now? We took profits, right? And I made 30% on that trade. So again, and just to show the example, there's about one or two of these a day. It just depends. So this is the one we took yesterday, right? Long 50% portfolio with stops 93.250, right? Show the example with the bullish divergences. What happened? We pumped about 1.5%. And again, that stems from this here, right? Ended up closing on close. Part of the reason why I closed is I wanted to go to bed. It was 11 p.m. Eastern. I was ready to go to bed, right? We just made a bunch of money. I'm going to go to bed with a smile on my face. Telegram link. Yeah, I'm going to provide a Telegram link. I'm going to do all of that. Yeah, all of that will be ready. I'm still setting it up. So all of this is free, right? All of it. All the trades will be free. If you want in-depth analysis and let's say you have a question about the trade, you have to go through Patreon, right? I'm still going to, and look, I know there's going to be those people that are like, oh, he still has a paid group and this. Yeah, I'm taking time out of my day to answer and talk, and I'm charging you $20 a month, $30 a month if you choose the other tier. That's not asking a whole lot. I'm giving you hours and hours and hours and hours of my time in that month to help you and assist you and show you the system, give you that help. Or let's say, hey, this is a common question. This has been a common question all month. What do you think about alts? I've given the same answer, unfortunately, but it's not alt season, and I provide XYZ example, and maybe that helps you later in your trading journey. So if you just want the trades, go to Telegram. It's free. Everything else through Patreon, still in Discord. Not a lot of link at $8. What could be a realistic target in the bull market to sell? I'm a holder. That's a tough question, dude, because honestly, I'm pretty much selling all my stuff after we see alt season. So let's say tomorrow alt season starts, or let me give it to you this way. There's a lot of different ways to solve this, or to give you an answer. Let's say tomorrow I wake up and link's $100. I'm going to sell pretty much all of it. I bought a lot of link at $5, really in the $5 to $8 range. I was tweeting about it for 500 days. If we go to $100, I just 20x my money. Well, really 15x my money. I'm probably closing everything, right? Next to everything. Not only would we be overbought and everything at that point, but it's why risk it? Why try to be greedy? You just made, in some cases for some people, that could be $1 million, right? That's a lot of money. You should definitely take profits on that. But hey, let's say Link just slow grinds, and we haven't really had an alt season yet. Let's say we get $100, we haven't had alt season yet. I'll probably hold a little bit longer. But ultimately what I'm looking for is the monthly to hit a certain level. And again, this kind of falls in line with Bitcoin as well. I'm waiting for the monthly to hit that 80 RSI point. Right? I talked about this, especially with Bitcoin. You zoom out and you look at Bitcoin's monthly chart and RSI, and you use stock RSI, it is very clear where the market tops have been. Right? And I'm not saying I'm going to sell perfectly at the top. I mean, if Bitcoin gets 130K, I'm starting to sell. Right? I don't care where RSI is. But, if you want a precise answer, that's my precise answer. Let's talk Bitcoin, then let's go through some Bitcoin dominance stuff. So the daily, I don't really see anything bearish here. I mean, look, guys, your daily RSI is sitting at 42, and your stock is sitting at the lowest we've been in a long time, more or less. I mean, this correction was needed. We needed a correction. And I can't say it enough. I know everyone was extremely bearish and probably scared you last week, but that's what we needed. No, Matt, I don't really care about CME gaps. I think the CME gap stuff is complete bullshit. I don't think they matter. I don't think they matter at all, because you have to remember, and this is why I say this. 99% of the time, the market ranges, right? Like, zoom out. Market ranges 99% of the time, right? I know there were a gajillion CME gaps in here, and we probably filled most of them, but that's because we're in a range. And then we pump, and what about all these CME gaps in here? They get left behind. So when you're ranging 99% of the time, of course you're going to fill the CME gaps. Of course you're going to hit levels and hit and major resistance and major support levels multiple times. That's how it works, right? That's how everything works. What do I say about it? Again, it doesn't CME. I don't even look at CME gaps. People that talk about them, in my opinion, and worry about them, and I know I'm going to really piss some people off here, but I don't think you know how to trade. Like, trading this random gap that really doesn't mean anything at all, I don't know. It's just not for me. Look, if you make money off them, then congratulations to you. There's a huge weekly gap, though, not a small time frame. Again, it doesn't matter to me. Where do I see a bottom in Bitcoin dominance? So we have to hold 57%, or alts are going to start moving quite a lot. Again, that stems from my weekly here. Now, if we start doing something like this, then this is a giant bull flag. We need to watch out for that. Which, again, it doesn't matter to me. The more liquidity that's dumped into Bitcoin, the better for altcoins later. So if I have to wait another year for an alt season, I'm okay with that. I've been holding a lot of these alt positions for a year or two. I can wait a little longer. Yeah, you're going to piss people off with that one. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't care about CME. People that talk about them, I'm not. You just don't know what you're doing. They don't matter. It's like the same thing with like month-to-month FOMC when everyone freaks out and starts crying and everything. Guys, a month-to-month FOMC, unless it's a significant event and we see a significant rise in inflation, it doesn't matter. Like, why? And I'll give you this. No one gave a shit about FOMC before COVID. Actually, post-COVID. Nobody. It was a non-event forever. And now people care because suddenly everyone's a masterly trader. And that's why we get these crazy fluctuations in price, because it just wants to liquidate everybody. I'm surprised alts didn't move so much this year compared to Bitcoin. That's because it's not alt season. Dude, I really hate people like Crypto Rover or Carl the Moon. They're just fucking with people for money. Yeah. So I learned something about them. And they just make viral posts so that you go visit their YouTube, their Twitter, their whatever. You see all the referral links, you click on them, they make a bunch of money, right? They're not traders. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. It is, I mean, all of them, I don't want to say all of them. There have been a bunch of them that have been caught with like test portfolios. Well, they'll probably throw in like fake money at some point, and when it becomes green, they'll post it online and be like, "Oh, look at what I'm doing. I'm so good." Do you think the alt correction we've had so far is a decent opportunity for re-entry? Should people wait until January's annual sell-off? So, okay, a couple things in that sense. How do you know that January is going to sell off? 2, I'm not buying anything, so I'm not telling you guys what to do. I've already bought everything I've wanted. I bought mostly at the lows. I don't want any extra stress. I think that right now is a terrible time to buy anything. You had 2+ years to buy stuff near the lows. I wouldn't be buying, right? And a lot of that stems from, okay, what if the bearish people are right? What if the bears are right and Bitcoin does sink all the way down to 70K? What do you think is going to happen to your altcoins? I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to be realistic. What do you think happens to alts if Bitcoin drops like that? And again, where I'm stemming from is look at Bitcoin's chart, go on the weekly. What? You don't buy at all-time highs. You just don't. You don't buy anything, and Bitcoin's determining the market right now. What if we never get another alt season again and Bitcoin's just in charge forever? Right? Terrible time to buy. If you want to make your own decisions based on your own risk metrics and do what you want, then that's fine. But I'm not buying alts. I think buying alts right now is not worth it. Because the ones that are performing well, again, they're at local highs. Why would you buy stuff at local highs? Where's Agris been? Wonder if he's still kicking. Has he not tweeted anything in a while? Yeah, I don't know where any, like, at this point in my trading journey, I just don't, I don't really care about any of those people. Would you consider buying alts if Bitcoin dominance indicated an alt season? No, I already bought my alts. I have no interest in buying alts. I have no interest in buying spot at all forever until I sell it. Like, I'm going to give you the truth, and the truth hurts. You had 2+ years to buy at lows, and you didn't. And I know that people have their own circumstance, and some people, you just couldn't. You needed money at the time. I know times can be tough, but, I mean, where were you during this period? Why weren't you buying this range? We were down 70 to 80% from highs. Put things into perspective. Look at this. You buy when the chart looks like this, right? Down 55, 70%. That's when you buy. You don't buy when the chart's up, 800% or whatever it's up. What are we up right now? 600%? Hell no. I'm not looking to buy long-term spot positions. Bitcoin outperformed most alts, though, so why buy alts instead of later? Because of taxes. Because instead of paying 40% on my taxes, I'll pay maximum 20%. That's why. I think your name is JT? JT? Do you think there will be another opportunity to buy alts? I don't care if there's another opportunity. I'm not buying any alts. Like, you missed your opportunity. I'm telling you right now, you missed your opportunity. Like, if you get one, great. Buy. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not interested. Guys, I'm going to give you my 3 things right now. I don't give a shit what alts do over the next year. If they want to drop, great. Whatever. I don't care. If we have an alt season, I'm going to take profits. And my third point, I'm not buying anything spot related. Trading wise, okay, now we can have an argument, right? I'm trading Bitcoin right now because it's not alt season. It's not wise to be trading alts while Bitcoin's in control. But no, I'm not interested in buying any spot alts at all until we have an alt season. And whether that's in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, even if it's tomorrow, right? And if we have alt season, I'm taking profits. I'm going to the bank, and I'm not doing anything for a while because I'm expecting a bear market, right? Just like we did in 2020 and 2022. Many alts are down 40 to 50% last week. I mean, that's your call. If you want to buy them, then go ahead. I'm not. I'm personally not. Most of my alts are up a ridiculous amount. Why would I put the extra stress on myself? This would be the first time in crypto history if we don't have a frothy alt season. We've seen nothing compared to previous cycles. So people who didn't have the opportunity to buy at the 2022, 2023 low can buy. Again, you can make an argument however you want. I'm telling you, my personal behalf, I am not interested in buying any alts. Right? I don't care if from today moving forward, alts do nothing but go up. Great, then I have a portfolio already. I am telling you, if I had a fresh set of money, I would not be buying alts right now. I'd be, at minimum, just trading. And I'll give you guys this. I have some family that want me to do the lower time trading stuff for them. And I'm probably going to do it, right? And I've got some family that have some money and they really want to get into crypto. And I've told them straight up, you can do whatever you want with spot. I'm not touching spot. The only thing I'm going to do for you is trade. That's it. Because at this point, buying spot is just not for me at all. Didn't I say alt season in 30 to 60 days? I did. But what if it doesn't happen? Like, it's too late to buy alts, in my opinion. Like, look, I know some of you are like, oh, I can buy alts. And look, you can. There's nothing wrong with buying alts. But the fact that all of you are so worried about altcoins all the time tells me that we're not having an alt season for a little while. Or potentially couldn't. If we have it in 30, 60 days, excellent, right? Make a ton of money, get out early, and go enjoy 2025. But I'm just not interested in buying alts. And I know part of that's the title of the stream. But guys, I'm not interested in buying alts. This isn't buy alts. The title of the stream doesn't say let's buy altcoins. It just says is an alt season coming? And again, maybe 30 to 60 days, potentially. If we're following every cycle to date, 30 to 60 days. What are the signs to look for when it's the end of the bull market and alt season? When your grandma texts you or calls you and says, hey, I'm into this Bitcoin thing. How do I buy? That's the end. That's the end. Right? Got to record this. Got to record this trade here soon. Waiting for your stream. We buy alts now. Oh yeah, I mean that was like 2 years ago, right? That kind of sucks. The 1 hour close with a slight bear div and is now pumping higher. That sucks. Oh well. Could have made a little bit more from it, but you know what? I trade the system, and when the system's starting to look invalid, I'm not trying to be greedy because there's been plenty of times where I've seen trades invalidate, and I was like, oh, I'm going to try and be smart and just hold and see what happens, and I end up getting killed for it or losing all the profits I had. So nice trade today. Made some decent money. We're up. We're 3 for 3 this week, so very happy with that. 6. Okay, I'm just going to record this real quick. I'll do it after. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream there. It's time for dinner. I'm going to go eat. With all that said, hope you guys have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas. Again, if you weren't here for the announcement, I'm making all of my trading free. All the trades, not the analysis. The Patreon stuff's still going to stand. But if you want access to my trades, it will be free. It will be on Telegram. I'll post everything on X once it's ready. That's kind of my gift going into the new year. I think there's a lot of opportunity for you guys to learn and obviously taking advantage of those trades. With all that said, hope you guys have a great rest of your holiday week.